I need to fix that comment because that's not true. I am going to do readings today. I'm going to do readings today. All right, so I am live in all of the locations. Live in all locations. So happy Saturday, everybody. Looks like TikTok's in the building. TikTok is first up. And of course, I need to fix the comment. So hold on. Let me put the information, the deets, and all of those things in here. Because of course, you know, I kind of need to do that. It's too early. It's too early. Alafia. There we go. And I'm gonna see if it'll let me pin it. Always. I tried to pin it. Let me try it again. Pin this comment. Okay. Well, hi. Happy Saturday, everybody. So I am. I am tonight. I haven't done readings in a hot minute. So I'm doing $24 readings tonight. Especially since I do not offer tarot readings on my website anymore. So if you want to get a tarot reading from me, this by and large is probably the only way it's going to happen unless I decide to run like a really quick sale. So I have the information up there. It's in the comment section. If you are on Facebook or the tube of you, it is right there on the screen. If you would like to get a reading tonight, I am going to shuffle up the cards, throw out a little bit, do a little quickie, collective, or it might be for someone in particular. I don't know, because unless you tell me, I'm not going to know specifically that it's for you. But hi, in case you're new here, hi, I'm Ianifa Dania Faomi Shango. I am an Ifa priestess and spiritual awakening doula for the African American diaspora. There we go. And I was offering tarot readings as a regular service, but now that my business is mostly focused on me as an Ianifa, I don't offer it as a regular service, but it's still my first love. It is my first divination tool, so I still do that. So while I'm waiting for the Cash Apps to come through or the Venmos to come through, and if I need to put the comment back up there, I shall, but it should be the first comment up there. I will redo it. But let's see. It is a good Saturday. It is good Saturday. The incense is going. So let's see collective energy. What I got. Oh, that incense smells good. Wait, Lord. Golly, that smells good. I don't know what I picked. I just picked a random one. I was like, let's see what the vibe is. But that smells lovely. But let's see. Let's just let some cards fly. Well, shouts out to the magician coming out right after the new moon. That is always a good sign. One time for us being in the waxing moon energy. So we're no longer in the energy of setting intentions. We are in the energy of making it happen. And this is 2024. It is an 8-year. This is a waxing gibbous energy for the year. Thank you for the like. I can't tell if that is YouTube or Facebook. Y'all are going to have to comment so that I know. And if you're on Facebook, I'm just going to say, like, if you are commenting on my live, a lot of times Facebook, I can't see it. So if I don't respond to y'all's comments or respond to you speaking to me, please know it is not me ignoring you. But on StreamYard, I can't actually see your comments like that. I don't know why. But you can always come to the Tiki Talkie. So come to the Tiki Talkie so that I can see you. Okay. Alrighty. So let's see. All right. So this is not. So we got the magician. So we are currently in a space of we are making it happen. We've set the intentions. We've made the vision boards. We are saying this is the energy that we are calling forward in 2024. So now what are we doing? What are the actions that we are taking? Do we believe? Do we have faith in our ability to conjure, speak forward, evoke the things that it is that we are desiring? Oh, some of us don't believe it. Some of us don't believe it. And that's okay, because you may have had a challenging year in 2023. 2023 might have been a challenging year, or you may just simply be feeling pulled in multiple directions. You may be feeling like you're going in multiple spaces. You're not sure where the focus is supposed to be for you in 2024 because you are a jack of all trades. And a jack of all trades is still better of a master of one. So what is it that's going to fuel your fire? Where is your passion at? What is a focus? What personal year are you in? It's an 8-year for the collective, but do you know what your personal year is? Because that will help you determine and discern where it is that you should be aiming your focus at, so that you are not being pulled in one direction because you're not aligning to your natural rhythm and your natural energy. Hey, Krista. Hi. 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 Thank you for pinning the comment, Rob. Much appreciated. So, understanding your own natural rhythm, your own natural flow. What does this 8-year mean for you personally? Where is this 8 energy trying to go? What is it doing in conjunction with your life path number and your own personal year number, so that you know how to move accordingly? I should have added the series on there. But yeah, I do have that series available for the 8 energy. So let's see what we got. Let's see. Oh, so we got our the queen, the Queen of Wands coming out in the reverse. So we are in a space where we need to find our passion. We need to encourage ourselves to tap into the things that make us feel passion again. What lights our fire? What really builds us up and says, you know what, I am going to go ahead and do this thing because I love it. I'm going to do this thing simply for the sake of the love of the thing. I'm going to do this thing simply for the sake of the love of the thing. And understanding that not all of your passions are meant to be monetized. Let me say that again. Somebody needs that. Not all of your passions are meant to be monetized. Some of your passions are simply meant to be, they can make you feel good. That's it. That's simply what it's supposed to be for. It makes you feel good. You enjoy doing this thing. It is also a call for you to honor the fullness of yourself. The Queen of Wands is so full on herself. She is fully aware of who she is. She embraces her shadow. That's why she always rolls with a black cat. The black cat is a representation of her embracing her shadow. So it may go ahead and there are that's not what that is. So it may make you feel like, hey, there are certain things that are it's okay, Crystal. It's okay. It's okay. So it may make you like think that, hey, I can't do this thing. Right, because of all the people, the least likely to be doing anything would be moi. Like the absolute least likely in any particular, that would be absolutely, it would be me, because, you know, like what I was talking the other day, like what's a good girl? And I just remember when I was younger that the fact that I did nothing, like I didn't do anything. I didn't imbibe in any capacity, and I still don't in any capacity, have never tried in any capacity. Like the epitome of good girl energy was me, was me. And it's like, are you like, you don't do nothing? I don't do nothing. Why? Because in my natural state, I probably don't need to do anything. I don't need anything encouraging anymore. Me to, it's probably best for all parties concerned that I don't do anything. But that's hilarious. That's the funniest thing ever. Okay, so, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, so, That's funny. That is the most hilarious thing. Like, there's a cloud. Oh, okay. Maybe I got a humidifier going. Maybe, possibly. All right. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh, we've got the look. We got the chariot card. Hello, darling. We have the chariot card coming out one time. This is that forward movement energy. So we have that chariot energy. This is Cancer energy. See, a lot of times people don't talk about the chariot card being a card of emotional intelligence because it is. It is not simply a card of momentum, it is also a card of emotional intelligence. It is a time in this year where 7 energy was very introspective. It's not super social, it's not dealing with a lot of people or anything like that. So it is a really introspective, gentle energy. However, we're now 8, and 8 is building networks. 8 is making connections. 8 is bonding with people. So you're bonding, you're interacting more with people, you're outside more. I've see a lot of people post videos like, yo, I'm outside. Like it's 2024 and I'm outside. That is a beautiful thing. Mind your energy. Have an emotional intelligence for you first. Emotional intelligence starts with you first, understanding where you are, how you feel, and how you're moving with your own emotions, but then also how you're engaging and interacting with others and moving with their emotions as well is also going to be of importance to you. But momentum, the chariot card is success by any means necessary. I'm gonna win. It is, I am winning, and I'm winning with spirit because notice he is not the driver of this chariot. He's not driving the chariot. He's not. There are no physical reins holding those horses. He is simply riding on the heels of spirit. He is simply riding on the heels with the momentum pushing him forward on what he got. And because this is a 7 card, that means the momentum that's coming this year is the work you did last year. So did you do the work that you were meant to do last year? Did you do the things that you were meant to do last year? Because those things are going to propel and push you forward. Those things are going to push you forward. Those things are going to give you the momentum that you need in order to help you see the success that you want to glean this year. Because next year is going to be all about harvest and unpacking. So this year is about let's go. What are the new things that we can go ahead and do this year and go ahead and reap the benefits of it now between this year and next year? So those seeds that you set intentions for on the 11th, those seeds that you planted, those intentions that you set, understanding when you're planting seeds for a lunar cycle and a lunar month. So those lunar cycle seeds, you're going to see the harvest, you're going to see the benefits of those in June. Possibly either the June 21st or July 21st is when you'll see the harvest, because we have 2 full moons in Capricorn this year. So you're going to see those benefits then. That's when you're going to actually be able to see what it is that you have sown when it comes to your manifestations, those intentions that you set on the 11th. Now, yes, it is boss season. 8 energy is the CEO. In the numerology, life path numbers and things, that 8 is the CEO. 8 is the boss. Now, this does not mean that everybody should run out and be an entrepreneur, because who are going to be the employees? I think sometimes we forget that. Some people their path is not to be the CEO. Some people's path is to be the manager. Some people's path is to be the frontline worker. That is okay. As long as it is aligned to their destiny, it is all well and good. There is no lack in that. There is no less than in that. It is simply, this is going to be the one. Thank you so much for the heart. This is going to be what it means for you. This is going to be what it is for you. So knowing who you are and where you stand. I had a friend and their wife is an entrepreneur. Their wife runs a small business. And I asked them, because I know they typically work in a leadership role, why didn't they want to start their own? And they said, that's not my path. I'm good over here. I'm good having some power and being in charge, but still working from somebody, because that's my path. I can't do that. That small business owner, entrepreneur stuff, I can't do that. I can't do that. That's not my path. That's not my role. So understanding when you hear all these people talking about everybody started getting LLC, I'm just gonna tell y'all don't do that. Everybody ain't meant to have an LLC because that is saying I own a business. That's like I own a business. I own a business. I own a business. I don't have to worry about the things. I like that. That's owning a business. That's what it is. It's not always no. It's a business. It's a business. It's a company. It's a company. It's a company. Sure. There's that. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on, because I have to. I will miss a cash app. So hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna open it because I'll miss a cash app. I will get it. I will get it. Not get a notification. There it goes. Thanks. I will get miss a notification in a heartbeat. I will miss a notification in a heartbeat. All right, so readings are only $24 tonight. It's 2024. Readings are only $24. Definitely take advantage because I don't offer tarot readings anymore. This is the only way, the only mechanism, the only vehicle for which you can get a tarot reading from me is through this. So $24 is the gentle energy exchange this evening. But while I'm waiting, pick a card. I'll pick a card. Why not? I'll pick a card on the fly. Let's see. Let's do a pick a card on the fly. That was a hard one. There we go. So we're going to do a quick pick a card on the fly. So we're going to do one card, whatever you need to know in this moment. So this is, what's pile one? What's pile one? Pile one. Can I get a pile one for this group? Okay, so that's pile one. Pile two. I'm just going to do three. Pile two. And what's pile three? And pile three. Okay. And we'll get a self-care. So one for pile one. We got one for pile one. One for pile one. Mm-hmm. That's pile one. One for pile two. And one for pile three. All right, so I got three piles. Pile one, two, and three. Pile one, pile two, and pile three. So trust your intuition. Drop it in the comments. What pile are you going to choose? Pile one, pile two, or pile three? What are we choosing tonight? What piles are we choosing? Drop it in the comments. See what you chose. Yes, it is okay for you to choose more than one pile. There may be more than one message for you. Everybody, oh, I'm going to add these. Yeah. Okay. Which one of these goes with pile one? And pile two. And pile three. Okay. All right. There we go. Did you say I'm playing? I just noticed that you copy like that's yours. I am your humble servant. This life. Yes. Okay. All right. What pile are we choosing? Drop it in the comments. Where are my pile ones at? Anybody choosing pile one? Anybody choosing pile two? And anybody choosing pile three? And I will go ahead and so that in case some people are clear, test pile two. Okay. Cool. Anybody got pile one or pile three? Choose your piles. And if you are, hey Terry, pile one. Hey Terry, nice to see you. Okay. All righty. So I got a pile one and a pile two. Very righteous. All right, so let's go. So we're going to start with pile one. So we got flower power on the top of pile one. We'll see how this plays into the message. Hi, it's so good to see you. I hope you're enjoying Virginia. Okay, so pile one. So we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So this is talking about support or a feeling of not having the support. So you may be feeling like where you had people around you that were going to be supportive for you, you may not be feeling that same level of support right now. And this may be family related because we have family coming here on the self-care card. So this may be a feeling of, hey, I don't have that familial support that I once had. I don't have this feeling of someone that I can call, like, hey, can you come over and can we just talk, or things of that nature. There is something that feels like it's not where it once was in the realm of support. But what you have to remember is that the support is always a phone call away. Like, you may have the support in the physical that you normally had, but now is the time to call on your spiritual court and say, hey, I need some support for whatever the case may be, and understanding that your spiritual court really will be there to support you. But know that you do have support that wants to come forward to you. You may not be able to recognize it and see it right now. So asking your spiritual team, asking your ancestors, asking your Ori to make that support clear and plain so that you will recognize that support when it comes, because all help ain't good help. So you want to make sure that you recognize the support when it comes, but definitely leaning in on family, and making sure that they know that you are in need. Speaking up, speaking your truth to make sure that they are aware that you are in need. Putting things around you that garner and attract support. Like, hey, I need some support. So looking for ways to put things around you that will attract that support to you. So let's see. Heart, different color. Small group. Okay, this is so cool. So the flower power card actually talks about bringing people together. It talks about bringing people together and giving everyone a flower, and allowing everyone to infuse their energy within the flower, and then placing the flower in the vase in another room. So this is a really cool, like, call out of you gathering people together. So again, there's this feeling of needing more togetherness, needing more support around you, needing more people around you that are going to offer you that support so that you feel loved and you feel supported. So yes, big heavy on the community, big on the community in 2024. Don't feel like because you can't see them, they're not there. Don't feel like because you can't see them, because they're not in your physical presence, that they are not there. I'm trying to read. Just as an FYI, let's see if I can see. Okay, so yeah, I can't read the whole comment. So Michelle, if you would like to get a reading, if you want to I'm doing some quick readings, so they're only $24, so they are truly quick readings. By all means, the Cash App and the Venmo information is up on the screen. Y'all should be able to actually see it on not TikTok, but on Facebook and YouTube. So by all means, feel free to go ahead and send something over. As soon as I see the notification, I can do that. If you feel like you need a more in-depth reading, like you really need someone to sit with you, feel free to go to my website and book a divination. I will be more than happy to talk with you like one-on-one. Thanks, Michelle. Terry, hope that you were able to get all of that. Hope it resonates with you. We are here, like we're here, but your people is here. Call, I think we've talked about this. Call your help in. The support is there. Call it in for yourself. All right, so we got pile twos, one time for the pile twos. Thank you, pile ones. This is one time for the pile twos, one time for the pile twos. Pile 2 is going in a new direction. New direction. Pile 2 is going in a new direction, and they are learning how to bring about balance in their feminine and masculine energy. We have the Page of Pentacles, and for me, this card is about, as much as it's about going in a new direction, whether this is a new direction at work, with it being Pentacles energy, work, it likely, whether this is relocating and moving, or simply, but this card is so androgynous, it also gives me feelings of balancing the feminine and masculine, and that is what is allowing you to have that forward movement in that new direction. So I absolutely love that. And again, for some reason, even this one, there's not people per se on this card, or there are, but they're like really hard to discern. And so this may be recognizing or being around more people. Like, these are people you don't necessarily know right now. So you're going to be meeting new people, because this connect with fire, if you really look at it, it's like there are people there, but then if you really sit and look and look and look and look, there are people in this imagery. There are people in this energy. So this new direction, this new path that which you're going to go on, because this also gives me compass vibes. So this new path and this new direction that it is that you're trying to go on, this is going to bring about more people in your network. You're going to start meeting more people. More people are going to be illuminated for you, that are going to have you like recognizing, okay, this is my tribe. Because for some reason, the connection with fire is giving me bonfire vibes. It's giving me, we're all hanging out, having a good time, vibing with spirit, because we have spirit communication process was the topper card for pile 2. So spirit has been trying to lead you, nudge you, gently nudge you in a specific direction. 2024 is going to be that year where you're like, I'm going to go ahead and make that move. And you're going to do so through childlike wonderment. Page energy is very youthful. It is open to learning and being a part of something new. So this is going to be something where you may not have a lot of information. You may be in a training process. You may be learning these. Yes. So I'm like, this may be something that is completely new for you, and you being open to what that new experience is going to be, and coming at it with a childlike wonderment. Childlike wonderment. Do, 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 do. I'm trying to see. Definitely paying attention to your spiritual communication, like big, and having a practice that ensures how you want spirit to communicate. Like really honing in on the ways that you want spirit to show up for you, where you want your signs to come from, how you want those signs to be communicated to you. You're going to be like really revamping what that communication process with spirit looks like, so that you're able to discern certain energies become more recognizable than they were previously. Lots of earth energy. That's pile 1 had a Pentacles card, and pile 2 has a Pentacles card, with 8 being associated with Capricorn energy as well as Leo energy. So there's some grounding energy that is happening, but understand this is a big old pentacle. That's a big pentacle. Like, you've already gone through your elementary cycle. The elementary cycle is done. It is now time for you to level up. This is now time for you to level up and begin this new cycle, which is going to have not more challenges, but more experiences that are going to help facilitate your spiritual growth. So that is pile 2. Let's see. Did we have anybody pick pile 3? We're gonna do pile 3, but like, let's see. I was low key thinking I would choose pile 3. So let's see what pile 3 has for us. So first I'm going to say I'm going to go ahead and finish making my vision board, and I have all the items written down. I know what needs to go on the vision board, but I definitely, yeah. And this is a card number 33. So this is card number 33. I don't think I gave y'all the numbers in the other one. So in case it matters, this is also 3 energy. This is card number 12. So we have 3 energy again. We have 3 energy again. What pages are Card number 11. So we have some 11 energy. This is the 3 of Pentacles. We have 3, and we have card number 23. So we have 5 energy. So that way you kind of knew, you know what's there. So pile 3, Queen of Pentacles, sitting in lavishness. She is the epitome of unbothered. She is Taurus energy. She's the epitome of unbothered. I can just sit here and chill. That is what she can do. Why? Because she knows money comes to her easy. Isn't it beautiful? I love this deck. I love this deck. She's like, I can sit here and attract what it is I desire easily and effortlessly. I do not have to work hard in order to gain what I need. I simply have to be at the right place at the right time, doing the right things in the right way, and I am going to reap the benefits of that which I desire. So understanding the Queen of Pentacles, it is the entrepreneur card. It is the business owner card. So if you chose Power 3, whether you put it in the comments or not, like you are likely in a season of either leadership. This might be a year where you're moving into leadership. This might be a time where you are taking on a new role, new opportunities. You are being recognized more as a leader in your field because she's an expert. That's why she's not bothered. She knows that what she does well. She knows that what she does well. But she's also has a vision for her life with this vision board. The Queen of Pentacles has a vision for her year, a vision for her month, a vision for her life, and she's clear about what it is. She has a clear vision because she doesn't have to look with her physical eyes. She can see still. Her physical eyes may be closed, but that third eye, please know it is open because Taurus is where the moon is exalted. The moon is exalted in Taurus. And so with it being that beautiful exaltation place of the moon, this means that even Tauruses have a very strong intuition. They are able to see, and they're able to see it in their physical because they're earth sign. So they're able to have a more grounded vision of what it wants to come in their physical reality. So we have the wonder of color. So we have this beautiful spectrum of light, this beautiful spectrum of color. And so it's interesting because I started talking about sight. And this card is from so all of these large, beautiful cards are from my mediumship deck. And their intention is to help with your spiritual gifts. So this is a card that talks about how you are able to breathe in and see colors, because the more you're able to notice more colors when you are looking for things like auras and things like that, you need to be able to see in your physical reality with ease, so that when you're able to see spirit, you are able to see spirit more clearly because you are able to notice things in your physical reality more clearly. So it talks about seeing more colors. Plus the color spectrum is infinite. There's an infinite number of colors and shades and hues in the color spectrum. So there are infinite possibilities on how this year could manifest for you in your business, in your job, in your career. So being able to say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and pay attention to what I am seeing because I am trying to see the bigger, broader, more vibrant picture. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. That's a very, very beautiful thing. So that is our pick a card, our mini pick a card. Mini pick a card. That's our mini pick a card. So while I'm waiting for folks to see if they're going to jump in on the readings this evening, I will go ahead and open up for any Q&A and their questions. For those of you who have been following for a while, just know that if you're not on my mailing list, especially if you've been like following me on TikTok and things like that, and you are not on my website's mailing list, what is you doing? Ashe, I receive that. I'm waiting for you, Crystal. The spot's ready. The spot's waiting for you. The spot is waiting for you. Okay. So 2024 is a year of new beginnings for me, professionally, as well. So like I said, I stopped offering tarot readings as a service. I stopped offering tarot readings as a service. So I could focus more on EFI divination and things of that nature. Also, instead of me just having an Elay, I will, hey Alexis, hugs. I am also expanding to now offer more of a broader community. So my Elay is growing up to be a temple. So last year I used to offer Soulful Saturdays, Orisha service, where I would allow folks to come join me in veneration of Orisha on Saturday mornings. So that is returning February 11th. I will be now doing Sundays with Iya and Orisha. So that will be my monthly. It's going to be once a month on Sunday evenings, where you can join me on Zoom with my godchildren while we venerate and honor Orisha and Ifa. I am super excited about that. I have been mulling over what my first message, teaching, wisdom of this new cycle, of this new incarnation of my worship service is going to be. And it's going to be, Ifa is a religion of self-love. And I'm so geeked about that. Like, I am really, really excited about that being the first sermon. I just don't want to use that word. Like, I'm just going to be real honest. I don't want to use the word sermon, but I honestly don't know that I have a better word. I don't know that I have a better word for it. And it's not written. I just know that's the topic. February 11th is the week of Valentine's Day, and I want to talk about Ifa as a religion of self-love. And so I'm really excited. Those of you who have been supporting, joining, becoming a member of the temple doesn't mean you want to initiate. That is, that's a good question. I'll answer that in a second. It doesn't mean you want to initiate. It just simply means you want to get the medicine. You don't have to initiate to receive the medicine of Ifa. I have plenty of people in my mentorship program who are not planning to initiate. They don't need their hand or anything. They just simply receive the medicine of Ifa. That's what they get. They get the medicine. I have somebody here on TikTok who asked, how did Ifa become your path? Yes, February 11th. It is already on my website. So if you go to the link, it's already on my website. It is free. There is an option for those who would like to make a donation that they can do so. I do also have options for people who simply want to actually contribute to the temple in that way and give a perpetual monthly energy exchange. I have a couple of tiers for that also listed on my site. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really excited for the growth. I'm really excited. People who contribute monthly will automatically be able to take the classes that I'll be offering, because I have several classes planned. And I'm really grateful for the classes. Like, I have so good. I'm going to do one on Ori, one on how to use the power of the world of word, ancestor veneration. I'm really excited about the classes that are coming. And these are classes that'll be outside of what I teach to my mentees. So if you're a godchild or a member of the temple, you'll be able to attend those for free since you're already contributing. And then anybody else, it'll just be a monetary energy exchange for those. But how did Ifa become my path? Well, once upon a time, no, I'm just kidding. Gradually. My first conscious awakening, because we have awakenings all the time. You're never actually fully asleep. You are always having spiritual awakenings. But there is that one where you're consciously aware, like, yo, something spiritual is going on. So my first conscious spiritual awakening was in 2020. And it did not start with Ifa. It started simply with me coming back to my childhood, things that I liked as a kid. So astrology and numerology. It started with myself. So I started learning my birth chart. I started learning my numerology chart. As I started doing those learnings, you start hitting the content. So now there's tarot reading content. I'm, engaging in that content. And someone had added me to a group on Facebook of melanated spiritualists. So of course, you're in a melanated spiritualist group, Orishas are going to show up. And So I hear about the Orishas and I'm like, okay, and I'm reading and I'm listening and I'm reading and I'm listening. And I think I was just like curiously reading and studying and things like that. And then they showed up in a dream. Full bodied dream of all, like, I won't say all of them, it's like infinite number of them, but a full dream of several that showed up. I've told this story before, but I was dreaming that I was in a saloon. So if you can picture a country western, movie, in a saloon, I was in a saloon, walking through the saloon, and they were strategically throughout the saloon. There's an ice sculpture, and Yemoja and Oshun are having a conversation. Oya somewhere, I think Ogun was the bartender. Like, they're just throughout. And then I continue to dream about them. So then I just continue to start to learn and study. And I'm very fortunate because the way some people's journey to Ifa immediately takes them to, who's your head Orisha? That's not what happened for me. What happened for me is learning my Ori. Mine came through, this is the most important part of your spiritual walk, your relationship with your Ori. Once I started developing that, and I did the things, I am a child in the Black diaspora. So I did the things. I had my 7 African powers altar, things like that. But the primary work that I did was my Ori and ancestor veneration. I was doing that for maybe a year. I would say just shy of a year, because the awakening began around March. So I'll say just shy of a year. And so February 2021, my cousin gave me a birthday present, which was an Ifa divination with who is now my godmother. So she was not the first Ifa divination I got. The first one was a young man. He offered it in conjunction with a numerology reading. He let me know who he's like, I think I know who your head Orisha is. Ashe, I received that. He told me who he thought my head Orisha was. But after learning about Ori, the idea of a head Orisha, I didn't resonate with it like that. All the content I initially found really truly was Lukumi and Santeria. So it's probably a wonder to everyone that that's not the path I walked. I did not go to Lukumi Santeria. I did not go to those. I went to traditional Ifa. I went to Isheshe. For a multitude of reasons. And that was, but that was the path. I needed something where I needed my wings to be able to spread and stretch in a way that did not have many limitations, if any at all. I needed a relationship that put my Ori front, first, and center. And I needed to come to Ifa in a way that invoked audacity in being my most authentic self. My godchildren hear me say this all the time. I don't cosplay as an Ifa. I don't feel like I have to put these certain things on to make somebody believe that I'm just not going to ever do that. And that is not what Ifa asks of me. So when I finally did meet my godmother, and again, at that time, I had no intention of initiation. It was not in my conscious mind. My Ori and my subconscious and unconscious plotting and scheming on the system. I consciously didn't think I was going to initiate because my exposure to the tradition was Santeria Lukumi, and there were certain things that I didn't resonate with, and thus I never thought I was going to initiate. I just planned to be a devotee. I'm just going to honor the Orisha because that resonated with me. It resonated with me that the Most High manifested all things, including the forces of nature, and that this tradition is very specific in how they address the forces of nature. That was easy for that was. For some reason, that made sense to me. It just made sense to me. It made sense to me. So then Next thing I did, I get the divination with her. And so in the course of the conversation, first off, it was the single most beautiful divination. And I'm always super hard on myself before I go into reading. So I'm always expecting spirit to snatch my edges as if I don't do that regularly. And that's not what happened. Beautiful confirmation. Beautiful confirmation. Benedictions, Alafia, like beautiful confirmation on what I was already doing, my relationship to E5. When I say that my godmother, one of her first things she said to me was, "You are already living E5. You are already walking in your Iwa Pele." For those of you who are in the tradition who have gotten different, like, can y'all, like, that's that you got good energy. That's one of those compliments where you got good energy. You can't fake that. You can't fake walking E5. You either are or you are not. And for her to very first on-site first meeting saying, "You're already living E5. You're already living E5." I was like, I think I cried several times in that divination. So she gives me several things and I say, "Am I supposed to initiate?" She said, I told you that, but wait a minute, I'll ask that specifically. And she said, "Not only are you going to initiate, but you're going to be a priest." And I was like, okay. But I knew she wasn't wrong. I knew she wasn't wrong because I had already been doing the work. I had already been doing the work. And here's the beautiful thing about the Most High. This is the beautiful thing about spirit, because either way the message is going to get to you. The vehicle by which you get there may vary. And thus the route that it takes, the way the ride feels may vary, but the message is going to get to you. I am a life path 11 with a personality number 22. Okay. Something of a spiritual ilk of elevating people is part of my life path because I am a life path 11 and I have a 22 personality. That is a thing. I have a Pisces North node. Pisces South node in midheaven. My midheaven and my South node are conjunct. So that is already a thing. I am a Cancer rising with an Aries 10th house. That is a thing. So with Jupiter being in a place of where I make money, and Jupiter is the guru. Jupiter is the guru. So again, this is already information that I'm seeing via other means. So what she did was simply, and so because I'm a master number 11, my birthday tarot card is the High Priestess. Understand, these are messages I had already been getting. She simply confirmed that which I already knew. So when she says to me, "Not only are you going to be an initiate, but you are going to be Yanifa," all right, that's probably true. like that, what am I supposed to do? It's probably true. It's probably, that's probably true. But even then, what I love about her, because Ifa is not recruiting. Ifa is not knocking on the door. "I'm sorry, have you heard about your creator, Olodumare?" That's not what's happening. That's not what's happening with Ifa. So she says, "Don't answer me now." She gave me a ritual to make sure that my head and my heart were in alignment. She gave me a ritual to make sure my head and my heart were in alignment and said, "Come back to me after you finish this work." One, this is also a test. Am I willing to do the work? See, a lot of times people want to come to the tradition, but they want to come to the tradition and get it fast. This requires you to do work. If you come through me, I require that you do work within yourself, to look at yourself, to learn yourself, to honor yourself, to be one with yourself. You can ask anybody. There are people that have been in my program right now, and we are knocking on the 1-year mark, and we still ain't talked about how to invoke an Orisha, because that's not the top tier of their Isheshe. They're Ori. So when she had me do that work and sit with myself, and it was beautiful because in the course of sitting with that work, I also received confirmation that the shadow work I had already been doing was already working. It was already working. So on day 5 of this process, look, child, like I can't even put it in words to like make it understand what this is like. When I told her on day 5, I knew. I was going to say yes. On day 5, I knew I was going to say yes. And what I also tell people is don't look, you can look at how I began with EFI, but the way my relationship and being at ENIFA has evolved with EFI is so uniquely me, because the way that certain things come natural, like I had already been doing them, knowing now that I have a past life as an ENIFA. So it's just like, no, for real, you've already been doing them. But I would question, like, why is this coming so easy? Should this be so easy for me? And apparently she already knew, because I would say certain things like, I got to sing this prayer for Owl by heart. And God said, we would be like, why you got to do that? And I would be like, you ain't got to do that. She knew. She would give me tasks and assignments, and she would always say, because you need to know how to do this yourself. What she gave me was the audacity to trust in my skill set, in the wisdom that I came into this life with, and simply told me what to do to begin to activate it. See, for me, part of the choosing of an elder, a godmother, one of those things is, can they see you? Can they truly see you? Because when they can truly see you, they know how to reach into you and pull out what needs to be pulled out to help you walk in your destiny, to help you walk in your Iwapele. Do y'all have a similar communication style? How do they deliver feedback to you? Because every leader is not a good teacher. Let me say that again, because I feel like that's important. Every leader is not a good teacher. And so you may seem like they're leading all these people, but can they teach you? Can you learn from them? Every teacher is not created equal, just like every student is not created equal. This energy between student and teacher must have a harmony. You need to be able to listen and learn from that elder. You need to be able to listen and learn from them. You need to be able to see that, oh, okay. You need to be able to understand their why. All of us have had a job. You've heard of company leaders and the CEOs come and like, this is our why. Why? The why is important. The why is what gives you the buy-in to follow said individual on the journey. When you have had bosses, leaders, mentors, coaches at your jobs, the ones that you really loved, even the teachers that you went to school with that you really loved, you understood the why behind what they did. That's what you followed. You followed their why, because their why was in alignment with yours. So people who are naturally, where it's a natural advantage for them to come to someone like me, they are looking for not the Abrahamic way of coming to religion. Because if you've watched my content enough, you know that I am not anti-religion. I'm just not dealing with the Abrahamic ones like that. I don't mess with them like that. But religion is a belief in a higher power. And yes, just to help all and understand stuff. Yes. And that's the goal. Like for me, my program is from self to source with EFI. I'm not looking to cultivate a bunch of like clones. I don't want a bunch of mini-me's. I want a bunch of thems, individuals. I'm not giving them the blood and bones of a full-blown spiritual practice. I'm giving them the bones, traditions, tools, techniques, concepts. They have to breathe life into it. They have to give it life. They have to, yes, because that's what will root it. And it is rooted in the self. It is rooted in the love of the self. The program they follow is my spiritual journey. They follow my spiritual awakening journey. That's how I wrote the program. I sat and I thought about what it took for me to get from where I was, which was someone who I was aware I was intelligent, fully aware I was intelligent. That's never ever been a question in my life. I got 146 IQ. Intelligence has never been a doubt. Me liking what I saw in the mirror, that was up for debate. I would do these amazing things, but I struggled with transforming them into things that I was the person I needed to be at home. Um, oh, that's a good. Oh, Chad, Is it in alignment? That's the biggest one. Like if someone was interested, we will go to EFI, and I will divine: is this person going to be a good fit for the community that I'm growing and cultivating? Will we work well together? Will they mesh well with my other godchildren? Because there's some that I have we would work well one-on-one. Yes. Are they receptive and in alignment? Because there are plenty of people that are already on a spiritual walk. Oh, I do this and I know the crystal is the thing. You have to be able to come to me and be forced to start from the beginning. Start with self-love. Well, I do self-love work. You don't do it like I do it. So just trust me and go through the process. Like you have to trust that if I'm giving you something to do, there is an intention for your highest and greatest good to do it. You have to be open to communicate with me where you are, what you need, so that I know how to best be of support to you. You have to want community because that's what I'm birthing. I am birthing a community. I am birthing a family, a tribe, and you have to want to be a part of something like that. And you have to want more of yourself. You have to want more of your own personal relationship with the creator in such a way that you have to want it more than I want it for you. You have to want it more than I want it for you. You have to be willing to be vulnerable because we cry around here. Sorry. We cry. Even the most hardcore stoic individuals shedding tears in our sessions. And it's not because we're talking about anything sad. There are revelations and epiphanies happening that are like aha moments for the soul. They're having aha moments in their soul that are so powerful. The only thing they can do with the wellspring of energy is to cry. I am one of those people as a mentor, as a teacher, as a guide, as a support. I will never let you play small. Never, ever, ever. I will not allow it. When you come, you are always going to I'm going to challenge you to be big. I'm going to challenge you. If I recognize a gift in you, I'm going to challenge you to use it. I'm going to challenge you to use it. I'm going to challenge you to do the work. And I check for understanding. Like I check for it. But you have to have a heart open that simply says, I want to go from myself to my source, which is still you. Like from self to source, that's not you going to someone else. That is you elevating to the truest of essence of yourself. You have to understand, we do ritual. I got a goddaughter in here right now. They can confirm. We do rituals and things together, but that is not the only thing. And it's not when are you going to tell me how to invoke Orisha? I'm not the one. Who is my head Orisha? We don't do that here. There is no head Orisha in my lineage because I am not Lukumi and I'm not Santeria. I practice traditional Ifa. We do not have a head Orisha. You have an Ori. If you're coming to collect Orishas like Pokemon cards, I'm not the one. If you feel like you are on a fast track, I am not the one. If you come to me, you are on a journey that will take you in the time it is meant to take. The individual work is self-paced. We meet once a month and say, hey, this is what you're working on. Cool, let's talk about it. Do you have any questions? Da, 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 da. I give you homework, journal prompts. You're going to like a lot of journaling. You're going to write so much, so much. I am a true teacher because today I gave him a pop quiz. Today I gave him a pop quiz. And one of my goddaughters was like, yo, you ain't tell us we was going to have a pop quiz. That's what makes it a pop quiz. That's what makes it one. Did you forget I wear glasses? I am a true school marm. I am a school teacher. Like, and then, you know what? And it's fun. It's so fun. And even, even in what I love about my godchildren is their openness to see Ifa, the Orisha, in a way that is beyond or deeper than what they find on social media, what they find in books. One of the things that has been my most favorite is their relationship with Eshu, because I have a few people who have gotten their hand of Ifa, so they have a practice that includes their veneration of Eshu, and I think it's beautiful that none of them will use the term trickster. None of them. When they begin to describe Eshu, that word is not used. It's all over social media. 90% of the time when you see it, like, that's what they'll use, but they're not using that term. Teacher. Yes, teacher is what they use. I do. The link is in the bio. But if somebody wants to drop it in the comments so that she can get it. Yeah, links in the bio. But I do have a website. I do have a website. I do. One of my lives, someone's like, you got a WhatsApp? I said, no, I got a business. I got a website. Like, I got a website. What did you say? I'm so excited for the growth. Somebody just went on my website. I don't know who it was, but I sure just got a notification that somebody popped on my website. I am so immensely grateful to Ifa for trusting me to help nurture people's relationship with Ifa, and there's not a push for them to push them to initiate. I am actively watching people in my program. Ashe. And it's like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna initiate, but the medicine hits. And I'm like, Ifa's medicine is for everybody. Ifa's medicine is for everybody. And watching them put the pieces together and see how it don't matter. This medicine is for everyone that's willing to take it. And when it comes to all African spiritual practices, the elder is the physician. No, it's not, but it's okay. Somebody logged into my site. Somebody did. Somebody got there. But it's not. And if you get stuck and you can't get it, just inbox me and I'll send you the link in it in the DM. Yes, it's the way that my website right at the top says self-love is an act of worship and you are the altar to the divine. And that is the vision I have for my temple. Whether the people that come to my temple move from simply temple members to godchildren, either way, I want that's the vision. That's the outcome, is that the people that engage with me will come to a place where they're like self-love truly is an act of worship. I am actively worshiping the Creator when I engage in self-love and understanding the levels that self-love encompasses and how that builds from the bottom. Self-love is basically the base. It's the foundation. When you don't have that as a stable foundation, the other levels are not steady. The other levels are not steady. But when you have a strong base of self-love, when you have a strong base of self-love, and that is the basis of your relationship with your Creator, Um, Cat Williams said it best. He said he wanted to be friends with God. And my godchildren heard me say this, like, God don't care what you call her. She don't, like, you can say, yo, what's up, homie? That could be your relationship. Like, I want people, and that's the relationship I want you to have. I want you to have a relationship with your spiritual court where it feels like you talking to your homie, where it feels like you talk like, yo, hey, my G. I just look. The other day, for those of you who don't live in the South, from Alabama, across Georgia, South Carolina, I think some Florida and North Carolina, the weather was weathering. The weather was weathering earlier this week. And I heard the storm. Like, the way it happened is I'm sitting in my bed and the lightning was so close, my room lit up. The lightning was so close, my bedroom lit up. And it went boom. I said, hey. Shango and Oya. Mojubao. I understand that you were out here doing the work, but you see me down here, right? You see me? Like, being able to have a relationship with your spiritual court where you know on the spot, on the fly, they hear you. They hear you. Knowing that they hear you. Knowing that your relationship with your spiritual court, y'all could have the same members, same aspects of your spiritual court, but it does not mean that y'all are going to come to them in the same way. It doesn't mean that you're going to come to them in the same way. So my relationship with Shango and someone else's relationship with Shango are not necessarily going to are not always going to look the same. My relationship with Yemoja is very special and personal because of who I am to Yemoja, as much as who Yemoja is for me. Our relationship is that. Even my relationship with the Orumila, because when people say, like, if they have vision or catch Orumila near me, their description of Orumila is not the way I see Orumila. So understanding that, debunking things that in order for you to have a relationship with Orisha, to Ifa, or the tradition, that you need to be a medium. No, you do not. No, you do not. It's a great benefit if you are meant to be a priest. But if the only thing you are meant to be is a practitioner, a devotee in the tradition, you don't have to be a medium. You don't have to be a medium to connect to your ancestors. Mediumship simply means that you have an additional gift. Do ancestors and geography have a play on that? Wait, ask the question again, Crystal. Ask the question again, because I had a brain fart. So do it again. Like, you know, I'm neurospicy, so ask it again. I think I know what you're asking, but ask it again. Ask it again. Oh, yes. Well, yes. So I am African American. I am born and raised in the diaspora. So the way my relationship with spirit does manifest in a way that is specific to African Americans. How I speak to my ancestors, how I speak to the Creator. Like, I grew up as an Israelite, so I didn't grow up as a Christian, but I did grow up in an Abrahamic tradition. And my relationship with spirit manifests in such a way where I'm also Generation X. So this also has a lot to do with it as well. I am Generation X. We are the unseen, unnoticed generation of rebels. Like, we are the generation of rebels. We're also the individuals. We're individualistic in our nature and natural. I am 92%. I'm over 90% African by nature. By heritage, I'm over 90% African. It's like, I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. Like, I really know, like, for real. Like, I listen to other people say they're like 70, 80. And someone actually said they noticed it in my physical features, how close I was to the motherland, because some of my physical features look like someone who was native born. So yeah, yeah. So my relationship does come across more like that. My ancestors, when I play music for them, sometimes it's drumming and sometimes it's earth, wind, and fire. It kind of just depends on the mood. Sometimes I am going to do oriki in Yoruba, and sometimes I just want to talk. Sometimes I just want to talk. And in either case, they hear me. In either case, they hear me. And also, my relationship with my spiritual core directly reflects my relationship with how I feel about myself. I no longer subscribe to the idea that they are so much higher and bigger than I am, that I could not possibly. Like, it's more they are big and a part of me. So how could I not? Like, how could I not? I still am working on the whole asking for things. Like, I'm still working on that. Like, I'm honest. And that's the other part, is I get to be honest about who I am. It doesn't negate where I am. Like, I can be honest and have those days where it's like, I need to ask for something. And it's funny because some of those feelings don't even come from the religion I grew up with. They come from my friends' religion. It comes from me listening to them and them always saying, oh, I wasn't worthy. I wasn't worthy. And I'm like, so we're not worthy. So then, like, you're not worthy. That feeling, having to negate and erase and remove myself from that ideology, so that no, I'm worthy. I deserve to ask for this blessing. I deserve to call this forward. So, and also, do it anyway has been a huge thing. I am Ashe, thank you. And today I received that. Like, real talk, I know. I'm such a weird, like, individual, because I know how powerful I am. I am acutely aware of it. I am acutely aware of how gifted I am as an oracle, how gifted I am as a medium, because those two things are not the same, how gifted I am in understanding and feeling the word of the Odu. I know. I know. I know that in some ways I am, what's the a savant. I am fully aware in a lot of ways. I am a spiritual savant in a lot of ways. I'm cool. I'm aware of that. It's sometimes what the challenge becomes, especially being a Black woman, is standing tall in it. Oh, I hear a lot of times people say, I wouldn't possibly have chosen dot 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 dot. And I think part of that concept, that ideology, is that you chose those things in the physical, and that you did not make some of these decisions in the astral before you were born. If I was to tell you how many different times I was assaulted, but I still have a love to see my brother walk down the street and he's smelling good, that I'm still capable of finding the love and only holding those people to where they were and not bring that to my partner. You would think I was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You would think you shouldn't want to deal with men, period, if you only knew the truth. My struggling with fertility and still somewhere under the surface, never giving up hope that one day I could be a mother. Like it was always under the surface and I didn't understand why. Like, why can't I fully give up? Even when I'm telling myself I've given up, I still was taking my basal body temperature, watching to see that spike that said that I was ovulating. For my folks that don't know, I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. So not ovulating was common for me. So me being able to track my body temperature to see that I'm ovulating, I don't give up. And when I look at the fact that this is 2024, I got laid off in 2022 and I'm still in my house. I'm still in my house. Got laid off of a job that I was on for 10 years, making over 70K, to now I have to go ahead and make this happen. In 2024, I am still here. I'm still here, but for the I am still here, but for the grace of the all encompassing spiritual court, because everybody has been rallying for me on my behalf to ensure that I do not falter, that I do not have lack. Like, and I don't, I received it. Like, I have slept in my car. I have slept on benches outside. So when you say things like, why would I choose these things to happen? Because my Ori knew the bigger picture in making the choices and what was in my destiny. It wasn't because Spirit wanted me to have this hard life and all of those things. It's so that when someone comes to me and they're like, I have been assaulted and I do not feel like that I will ever be in a space to be able to enjoy being with someone, I can show them that that does not have to be their walk. I can talk to someone who has had a child pass away and thinking that I'm never going to have, and I can show them, no, 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 your rainbow can come to you. Your rainbow will come. I know that in 2020, prior to my conscious awakening, I was on antidepressants and stomach medication, and no one knew what was wrong with me. I woke up in physical pain every single day. I woke up in pain every day, and they couldn't find a medical reason for what's wrong with me, but they knew it wasn't in my head because my blood work showed inflammation. But there was, every CT scan said there's nothing physically causing her inflammation. She's just inflamed twice as much as the normal person. The normal level of inflammation that's in a regular, like someone's body regularly, mine was doubled, but there was no sign of any injury or anything. And then I had an awakening. I started doing the work. I started doing the shadow work. I started speaking up a bit more for myself. That probably is what triggered my my marriage to end. But I started doing that work. And one day I realized I'm no longer on antidepressants. I had stopped taking it. It's just one day I looked around and I'm not taking this anymore. I'm not taking this anymore. My stomach had stopped hurting. The pain had ceased. That doesn't mean it's going to be everybody's story, but I can tell you it's mine. I can tell you that the fact that I started doing the inner work to get to know myself, simply learning who I was, because this is pre-initiation, learning who I am allowed me to make shifts mentally, emotionally, and spiritually that allowed my physical body to feel better. Allowed me physically to feel better. I have heard my spiritual court tell me I'm sorry when I speak about some of the things I've gone through. I've heard them say, I'm so sorry. Because no one wants to see, your spiritual court doesn't want to see you go through those things. They don't. They truly, truly don't. But had I not, May 12th, me leading a healing circle for people who have lost children, it's going to hit in a different way because I know what that's like. I know what it's like to lose my baby. So I'm going to know what to say, how to say it, and how to move that energy towards healing because I've done that work too. So understanding Alafia, Apo Ato, I've done that work. I know how to move and do the work to help, the like being a survivor, a victor over assault. I know what to do to move through that and to honor when you're still actively doing the work and cultivating safe spaces for yourself so that you can continue to do that work. I know what that's like, so I can have those conversations. I know what it's like to apply for a corporate job and barely have a place to stay and get it. I know what that's like. I know what that's like. So did I in my physical life want to go through those things? Absolutely not. Nobody would go through that. But that's not when I made the decision. I didn't make those decisions in my physical life. Those things were in my birth chart, which means I made those decisions prior to my incarnating. Those things are in my birth chart. They're in my Odu. I made those decisions prior to incarnating. But I also know that those were not the story of my whole life. They're not the story of my whole life. They are experiences that I had. And now that I'm in the next journey of my life, I am calling forward ease. Like, I don't have to have no more tower moments. I'm over the tower moments. I am calling ease. Ease. I'm calling straight Queen of Pentacles. I'm calling put feet up. Money is deposited in the bank while I'm asleep. That's what I'm calling. I'm calling random checks in the mailbox. I'm calling random just gifts of money. I'm calling in. Let me talk about love for a second, because I see so many of my sisters who like men who are frustrated. And I say this with love and jokingly at the same time that, the pee in the dating pool is yours, but I mean that. I am beautifully blessed. I am beautifully blessed because I managed to manifest back to back good men. See, understand, when a relationship ends, it doesn't have to mean that that person is a bad guy. He could be a good man and still not be the man for you. He can be a good man and just not be the man for you. So when I realized that the man that I cared for was not the man for me because he didn't align to the destiny that I was manifesting. There were certain things in my destiny that I wanted that were not what he wanted. We didn't want the same things. That didn't make him a bad guy. He is and was and still is fine as he is. Fine as the day is long. He is still a sweetheart. He is as genuine as he ever was. He is simply not my partner forever. And see, that's the part where you have to be open to go through the journey of loving someone and possibly leaving that love so that you can get to the love that maybe it's the love that's lasting a lifetime. You may have moments of seasonal love, but that seasonal love doesn't have to end in heartbreak. That seasonal love can simply end. So mine ended. It simply ended. Did I want to have the conversation? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It hurt my entire heart and soul to have to say, we can't be together. And it's not because you suck. It's not because you're a bad guy. It is because you're not the guy. And rather than hold on to you when you are the guy for someone else, I have to let you go because my guy wants to come to me. My guy wants to come to me. And to have someone that even to this day, are you hungry? I'm cooking. Would you like some food? We ain't together no more. But I got a plate. We ain't together no more. We're not together anymore. Checking in. Are you all right? The storm the other day. Hey, are you and the kids good? Are y'all good? Y'all good? Yeah, I'm good. I had we don't hang like that as much anymore, but I had a clique of three beautiful, attractive, handsome, well-paid, articulate, intelligent Black men. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I don't know how. For the sister girls, like I had a hive of nothing but beautiful Black men around me, opening doors and making sure I'm okay. Like looking at dudes, like if you're feeling froggy, jump. Like I need you to understand that can be your life too. And I'm not dating any of these brothers. They were just friends. we were all just really cool. We would hang out, go to lunch and things of that nature. They kidnapped me for my birthday and took me to Dave and Buster's, but we're all just friends. But they knew that as much as I was the homie and one of the homeboys, I was still a thinking lady. A lady. I was still a lady. And thus they treated me as such. As such. Open doors? What is that? Push a shopping cart? I do not understand. That does not compute. Does not compute. And understand that you don't have to have a feeling where I'm asking for too much. What is too much for the Most High? What is too much for the Creator? So when I say that the nuances of things that I prayed for quietly are now in my life physically, the nuances of traits, like, did you pray for me? Did you go to Spirit and ask about me? Like, hold on. Did you go to Ifa and ask about me? Okay. The bar just moved. The bar was at one level. The bar just rose. Understand that can be for you. You need to be able to verbally articulate that what you desire, though. You need to be able to say it. This is what would make me feel good. This is what would align, and being aware of what aligns to you energetically for your destiny. Like, you don't have to be someone that sits and look in birth charts all day, every day, but real talk, being able to look at your birth chart and see what the wants and needs of your soul are, not your ego, the wants and needs of your soul from a relationship. What are the wants and needs that your soul came to this earth and said, when I'm in a relationship with someone, this is what a harmonious relationship will feel like. And you can have back-to-back harmony, whether that person is meant to be your forever or not. You could simply experience beautiful love back-to-back. You could just simply be in a space of being open to receive beautiful love and give beautiful love back-to-back. And that throat, like, look, you got to open that throat chakra. Like, my dating advice for you is, you want to know what you need to do for your person? Ask them. Ask the person. See, y'all like, people want to get away from 20. I don't want to do 20 questions. Why? You knew your person. Back when we was playing 20 questions, you knew your person hand down. You could tell a story about your person that did not include you. Why? Because you played 20 questions. Because you spent time getting to know each other. I am a whole psychic. I am not reading you. I refuse. I have heard, with fervent vigor, refuse to have to read you to learn you when you are sitting right there. We right here texting. We right here on the phone. I'm not reading you. You need to be able to tell me with your whole chest, what do you want? What is it that you ask of me? What is it that will make you feel like you are nourished or you are fulfilled in this relationship? What is it that you want? And I tell you what it is that I want. And then there's no confusion. Then everybody knows that we're on one accord. Being in a space where I can say, I want you to lead me. Those of y'all who see my poems, you know that I am not a submissive woman. Hi, darling. I am not a submissive woman. So when I get the urge to say, I just want you to lead me, understand you have leveled up in a way that that's a beautiful place, because I am not one to say, I want to follow. No. What you need to know, like when you say things like, I want a traditional relationship, whose tradition? Whose tradition? Whose traditional relationship do you want? You want Master's tradition? Because Master's traditions ain't never worked for you. Master's tradition have never worked for you. Master's tradition worked for Master and Master people. Our people did not operate that way. So when you continue to try to emulate Master's house, you keep trying to hold on to a whip that you were supposed to set fire to. The reason your stuff don't work out is because you are trying to emulate that which you are not. You are not energetically aligned to the antics and shenanigans of Master. Just not, that's not there. You need to find what works for you in your relationship. Find what works for you in your relationship. I personally enjoy a beautiful ebb and flow of who is going to be the leader and who is going to be the support. Notice I didn't say follower. Who's leading, who's supporting? Are we co-leading in this moment? Like that's the dynamic. I want a partner. I don't simply want a spouse. I want a partner in life. I want a partner in life. And understanding where y'all are spiritually. See, I didn't realize how important that spiritual thing was going to be for me. I didn't realize it. I just figured if you was a brother and you spiritual, we probably going to be okay. All spiritual people ain't created equal. All spiritual brothers, all spiritual sisters, all spiritual anyone ain't created equal. Even within the same tradition. So what about your spiritual practice must they be able to honor? My God sister said it best, that she said, you need someone that can hold your medicine. What? What did you say, sis? Let me write that down. You say I need someone that can hold my medicine. And when she first said it, I didn't understand what that meant. But then you get and you meet someone and y'all can actually pray together. So you can have someone that's a spiritualist, but if you are someone that practices Lukumi, you may not be able to do prayer with that person because they don't practice Lukumi. So you don't understand the process. Yes. Like, it's like this yes. Yes, and I love that. Like, I'm like, it's cool, but to be able to sit, and I say, like, what I love about Ifa is there are nuances of Ifa that anyone can do with you if they are open. Ancestor veneration, like, real talk, you can do that with your people. Honoring your Ori, you can do that with your people. Like, you can do things like that. But for me, I didn't realize how important being able to venerate Orisha with someone else was until I got it. When I was able to call on Orisha with somebody, no explanation. I didn't have to explain what was going on or anything. I could just simply go with it and they would go with it and we were just going with it. Oh, now I understand. Now I understand what holding my medicine looks like, but it's not limited to that. So if you are someone who is a spiritualist, but you know that you might like to party here and there, you need someone that can be both spiritual with you and party with you at the same time. You have to know what you want. You have to know what that looks like. You have to know, and you have to be able to communicate. If you are someone that does or does not want children, the other person that you're with, y'all need to talk about it. What do you want? What do you want? And if you don't know what you want, then don't be mad when they don't do what you want, because you don't even know what you want. How they gonna know if you don't know? How they gonna know if you don't know? And if they do something you don't like, you don't wait, 48 to 72 hours to tell them. Feedback is best given in a timely fashion. And you don't have to be a jerk about it when you do it. You could, hey, can we talk? Can we chat? Can we have a conversation? Don't send that in a text message. Don't send a, can we talk in a text? Don't do that. Don't do that. That gives even the most level-headed person anxiety. Like, don't do that. But when you can get to, like, hey, let's talk. Such and such a thing took place and I didn't really like that. And this is why I didn't like it. And that way, now you can have a conversation. Y'all can have a dialogue about it. But you sitting around and you mad because and you don't say nothing, that's on you, Shawty. That's on you, baby. That's on you. Like, that's on you. That's on you. So taking a moment to Learn. What am I calling forward in this lifetime for love? It's in your birth chart. What am I calling forward in this lifetime for love? Who am I most compatible with? That doesn't mean that's your person, but it does give you a good indication who you're gonna rock with. It'll give you a good indication of who you're going to rock with heavy, who you're gonna rock with, and that'll come up. And then knowing also what they need. This is where the spiritual baddies be like, okay, can I get your birth time and location and date? Okay, thanks. But then you don't use it. You just want to see what their sun is. You just want to see their sun, moon, and rising, but you ain't look at their Venus. You didn't look at their seventh house. You didn't look at their Venus and learn their love language. You didn't look at their Juno to see what they desire from a committed relationship. You didn't look at their Sirius to see how they want to be nurtured. You didn't look at all those things. You still doing what like they show on social media. I just need their sun, moon, and rising. No, I need the whole thing. I need the whole chart, the whole thing, so that I know if I can hold space for this individual, how I need to hold space for this individual. Can they hold space for me? Like that. That's what, like, if you're going to use it right. If you're going to use it right. And stop engaging in content that is contrary to the life that you want. You know you want to be married, then I need you to stop looking at content that on marriage. I need you to look at like those videos where the husband is standing at the front and he sees the wife coming down the aisle and he's crying like a baby. I need you to look at content like that. That's the content you need to be ingesting. You are giving momentum to things that you do not desire. I need you to give momentum to that which your soul is calling forward to you. And understand, social media is not the problem. Social media is a tool. How are you using your tools? Are you using your tools effectively, or is your tool using you? Like you're the sovereign, it's the tool. You're the sovereign, it is the tool. How are you wielding your tool? How are you wielding? All I see is content about it's not that I never see gender war content, but it is that like if this is all my content that I can see that comes through my timeline, my feed, whatever the case, there you go. That's gender wars. See how small it is? Inconsequential. There is no momentum being given there. None. I more often see content of Black men uplifting Black women uplifting Black men. So that's why I'm surrounded by Black men that do just that. That's why I'm perpetually surrounded by Black men that uplift Black women, because that's what the energy I am giving the momentum to. It's not that I don't know that this red pill, red cup drinking over here exists. I know he exists. I'm simply not giving him the energy required for him to multiply into my universe. I am giving energy to this brother over here that loves, uplifts. He doesn't say things like, oh, feminine energy is pink and dresses and that. No, he understands the truth of feminine energy. Those are the brothers I'm like manifesting, not even just to date, just simply in my energetic field. That's the energy in my field, and thus that's the energy I'm drawing towards me. That's the energy I'm drawing towards me. This energy drawing towards me. Paying it. Yeah. All right, so it's I say this 1:37. It's not. I've been on here an hour and 37 minutes, and I'm confident somebody should be almost home by now. So I'm gonna give myself 10 minutes. Any question within reason, Q&A, or you can. I'll do. I think I got space. I can do maybe 2 or 3 readings in that time. So either drop a question, whatever you want to ask within reason. I might have an answer for it. I might have an answer. But thank you. This was fun. I hadn't been live in a minute. This was fun. This is so much fun. This is fun. But yeah, 10 minutes. Ask me something. Make it good. Make it good. Make it a good question. A good question. Aw, miss you too, Crystal. Crystal, you really should consider coming to Sundays with Ia and Orisha. It's gonna be a vibe. It's only once a month. It's in the evening time. You should consider coming. You should consider coming, venerating with us, fellowshipping with us. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Gonna be fun. Yay! 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 Yeah. What happened, Alexis? What did it do? Okay, you're gonna be right back. La 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 la. Oh, January 27th, I'm doing a community cleanse. So I'm going to community Ori cleanse with Reiki and guided meditation. So I guess you could say technically that's the first community event for the temple. That one is donation based. And so we're going to do Ori cleanse. We're going to do some Reiki and a meditation, kind of get the kick the year off, kicking off the year with some good energy balancing from the head to your toes, from your head to your tippy toes. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be nice. That is definitely going to be nice. That's going to be nice. I'm looking forward to the Ori cleanse. I'm glad that I do not have to. Oh. Okay. All right, Alexis. I got Alexis. Alexis got a reading. Yeah. Ooh. Alexis. Alexis. All right. This is for Alexis. This is for Alexis. Alexis got a reading. We'll do a yoni spread. So what's the energy? Alexis, did you have a question or do you want me to just do whatever comes? Okay. All right. This is for Alexis. So we're going to do yoni. So energy, action, outcome, self-care. Okay. So what's the energy I can share with Alexis? What does she most need to know right now? What is the inspired action? And outcome. Yeet! Which way are you supposed to go, card? Okay. Okay. Let me see if the self-care comes. Self-care. Okay. All right. You know it's important when I take my glasses off. Okay. Okay. So you have the Page of Swords. Oh, like, yo, she kind of looked like you a little bit. Like, she kind of looked like you a little bit. So, Page of Swords. That's the energy around right now. The Page of Swords is the student. She's the consummate student. constantly learning, taking in this information. We're taking in information. And normally this card is like about having a busy mind. But for me, these are light bulb moments. You're in a space of learning that's cultivating all these aha moments. The study may feel strenuous because, like, she's walking on the blade. She's walking on a goddamn blade on her tippy toes. So it may feel like challenging. Taking in the information, integrating it into your being. But the light bulb moments are happening. So what it takes now is the integration part. So that's where the inspired action comes in, is the integration. What's interesting for me is this is the second time today, just in a different deck, that the Four of Wands has come up for you. It's come up for you twice in two different decks. So knowing that you are in alignment is the key. Not believing, but knowing. And having a practice that gives structure to your life in a supportive way. So how does what you're learning integrate into your life to provide support and structure that aligns your life, that leads you to your E-ray? So the dancing, that's what's going to happen as you continue. Ooh, so like this is you and your god siblings. This is the Elay. So this is the house, and this is you and your god siblings dancing. You may want to dance with him, he who wears the hat, because other than the fact that it came up earlier, I don't know why, but this looks like if it was a cement, like for some reason, it's like that. I saw this and I got dance for him. Allowing him to open up the ways, showing you how the integration happens. So he is the one that hears people's pleas, accepts their pleas, and allows for them to be approved. So if you have and when we say plea, because, westernized translation, but he's the one that hears what you ask for, accepts that's what you're asking for, and then approves that what you are asking for. He's the one that opens the door for what you're asking for. So if you want to see ways for this to integrate in a life and be really specific, because you want it to come to you in a way that aligns with ease, like give me some clear vision on how I can integrate this one particular thing, or do what we did, talking about what we did earlier, like looking for how some of these things like Odu and things of that nature are showing up in your life will help you start seeing the structure and understanding that the structure is not rigid. So like there'll be days where like it's a 2-story structure, and then some days it's like a ranch style structure, and some days the structure is a tower, some days the structure is a dome. Like the structure itself is not rigid, but it will always have structure. So it'll always have stability for you, but it will always be ever changing and ever evolving, and you being able to allow the fluidity of your structure to manifest. Yeah. So the potential outcome as you continue to do this work. Okay, that's really interesting, because that's why I know you didn't necessarily need a self-care, but doing something with your hands might be important. But it's like she's building something that will have form. It will be solid, but notice how it also has movement. She's building something, she's working it, and it will have form. It will be solid, thus it will have structure, but it also, if you look at it, it also has movement. She's also able to movement. She can add a little water to it when it starts to get hard and make it more malleable, and she can move and reshape it and reform it as she needs to. So then outcome card was the High Priestess. And it's funny based on the conversation that we had, but there's going to be a point of like this stillness. You're going to be able to sit in the in between. You're going to be able to sit in between the light and the shadow and hear with complete clarity in a way that you could not hear before. You're going to be able to embolden yourself and embody your spiritual practice in a way that you had not been able to do before. And you're going to be able to trust in your inner knowing and your intuition and being able to sit in that stillness and know what it is that spirit has for you. You're going to be in like in Otura Meiji energy. Like that's where you're going to be. You're going to be in Otura Meiji. That's what I got. So hopefully that resonates with you. Please let me know how it resonates with you. Yes, thank you so much for trusting me to do this reading. Thank you to your Ori and your Egun for also trusting me to do this reading. Ashe, anytime, sugar plum. Anytime, anytime. That was beautiful. Beautiful. I just want you to know you're my favorite girl. I just want you to know that you are really special. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, one last question or reading, and then I'm gonna call it a nizite. Call it a night. It is at the top of this hour. Thank y'all so much. Can I thank y'all for the likes, 7,000 likes. Thank y'all for the likes. If you are just popping in, please make sure that you give a sister a follow. Go to my site and join my mailing list. That would also be greatly appreciated because there will be things that I will put out on my mailing list that I will not put out anywhere else. If you are on the list and you have not downloaded the app, what is you doing? Because there'll be things I put on the app that won't be on the mailing list. So y'all make sure y'all come support. Come out, come support February 11th with my first Orisha worship service of 2024. It's going to be a vibe. It's going to be so nice. It's so right. I'm looking forward to when I'm doing more worship services with groups of people in person. Like I'll always have a Zoom available for people who are not with me locally, but I am looking forward to more time to venerate in community in person. I am genuinely looking forward to those days where, you know, whether it's my house or community center or whatever the case may be, where I'm going to just have like, you know, me and like 10, 20 or more, I'll hear you, or more people, and we are all singing and chanting and, you know, a resounding ashe at certain points. Like I'm looking so forward to that. I am open, and I feel like I should say this. I'm absolutely open to God's son, so do not take this as slight. As of right now, like I got nothing but goddaughters right now. Like I'm calling, like, so understanding that it seems like I am a space of calling goddaughters. I am in a space of calling goddaughters. I will probably have men in the temple for sure, but I feel like right now this is a time where the goddaughters are coming to me. And I receive that. That's what it's meant to be. Then I receive that. I receive that. Come on, girl. Come on. You look, you get here before March, you might be able to get to that women's rights of passage that we're doing. I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited about that. All right, my darlings. I hope that those of you who have been here a minute, that you got something, that you enjoyed the live. Please put a comment, drop some feedback. Let me know that you enjoyed your time with me this evening. And I am going to leave you with a word Ashe, I will see you tomorrow. I will leave you with the word that um, your truest purpose, anything outside of, your career, your job, all those things are a part of your purpose. But your truest purpose in life is to be you. That is your true purpose. If you are looking for your purpose, you don't have to look for it. Your true purpose is to be you. That's your purpose. Your purpose, the true essence of walking in your Iwapele is to be walking as your truest, most favorite self. If you are allow yourself the space to walk in the breadth of who you are, to walk in your authenticity, you will always be living Ifa. You will always be living Iwapele, because when you walk as your favorite self, you are going to be walking in accordance to who you are, and that will almost always put you in harmony with nature and everybody else around you. And if they're not in harmony with you, they need to get around you anyway. So allow yourself the space to be you. Allow yourself the grace to be you. Allow yourself the good ide of your self expression. Allow yourself the good fortune of your self expression, because we also deserve the blessing of your self expression. So remember what my website says: self love is an act of worship, and you are the altar to the divine. Thank y'all so much again for tonight, sharing space with me. I hope to see y'all again real soon. Take care. Bye. Oh, oh. Can may I call you? Mm, mm. Delightful.